Wow, lame. Must be an introvert. Hi! So as we continue this series on staying at home, today's video is one that I'm really excited to make, and that's because it's to do with extroverts. So here is the extrovert's guide to thriving in social isolation. Okay, the reason why I'm really excited about this is because there are tons of videos and articles and just basically a lot of content made for introverts. And I think this is also because extroverts don't really spend enough time alone to make this sort of content, number one. Number two, we don't have the same problems that introverts have. But I think in this time of social isolation, it's, to me at least, glaringly obvious that it seems to be that the introverts have dealt with it a lot better than extroverts. And that's because, if you know the difference, introverts draw their energy from within, whereas extroverts draw the energy from the environment and the people around them. So not being able to go out and meet people means that we just have a lot less energy this period. So if you want to know whether you're an introvert or extrovert, basically think about how you feel after spending time with people. If you feel very tired after just a couple of hours and staying, wow, must be an introvert. And staying home and just being by yourself, and if you need to take like a lot of me time and stuff, you probably are an introvert. There are tests on this as well. There's like the MBTI test. I think there's a free version online that you can just quickly go and take, and that should reveal it to you if you have any doubts about it. So to do with my MBTI and extrovert score, I am like 99% extroverted, which is really, really high. So not gonna lie, it's been a tough time for me, but I've kind of settled into routine, and here are the things that have worked for this extreme extrovert. So number one thing that I found has helped is a feelings check. And this is kind of, it seems like, I guess to introverts watching this, you might be like, what? But that's because, we extroverts unfortunately are a lot less evolved and developed and mature in terms of checking in with ourselves, just because we figure a lot of things out by way of interaction with other people. And so with the lack of that, a lot of us, like myself included, has just been a bit lost, So a feelings check is where you literally sit down and ask yourself how you're feeling. And it is especially good when you're feeling down, like especially for the first week of the lockdown, I was really, really struggling, and it helps to, if you have no one to talk to at home, then maybe you can write down your feelings. Like I was feeling things like anxiety and despair and slight panic. So it's good to just write it down or to talk it out with someone on the phone or someone at home, because with this awareness, there will be acceptance. And with acceptance, you can kind of let it go, watch the emotion pass, like, oh, I feel really like anxious and I'm despairing about the fact that we're going to be in lockdown for like another 6 more weeks. You can let that pass, and then you can let it go. So emotions will come and go, and having a feelings check is one way, for us to manage our emotions a lot better. And like I said, for extroverts, maybe it would be, previously, if I felt really bad about something, I would go over to my best friend's house or like go over to my mom's house. But since you can't do that now, this is the next best thing. And it's also good because it's growth. It's growth, and it's evolving, and it's me learning a new way to deal with my problems. So another thing that has helped me very much in this time is to plan a routine around the new normal. So of course, the new normal means you can't go out and work, you can't go out and meet friends. But I found that for extroverts especially, planning a life that includes a digital social life that incorporates as many basically like social activities as possible is very helpful. Now, if you're like, what the hell does that mean? What? Okay, basically things like working out. So working out is a huge part of my life, and you will see from previous videos I've talked about how this really helps your sanity and helps you be happier and more productive. But I found that in this time, scheduling online workouts with friends has really helped me enjoy my workouts a lot more. Even if I can't go out and play netball or go wakeboarding with friends, at least we have like a regular date to do like an insanity workout every morning. With my teammates, we try to do it like I think 2 or 3 times a week with the girls team and with the mixed team as well. So I have different groups of friends, and so working out has become like the new social activity. So it's healthy, it produces endorphins, and it helps an extrovert like me get my good mix of social time. So you can work out, you can have meals with friends. We did this like a Secret Santa dinner with my teammates where it's kind of like Secret Santa, but you buy each other a meal instead of a present, and you have it either delivered to their house or you tapao it and you drop it off at their house. And then we all had a virtual meet at like 8 p.m. to like sit down for dinner and like see what each other got and just chat. It's like a meal but on Zoom. Similarly, you can do drinks with friends, you can do workshops with friends, you can do games nights, you know, like apps like House Party. It's very easy to play games with friends, and there are a lot of other ways you can try to be social. So it's still staying connected and still planning activities, but making sure you get social time, because extroverts need stuff like that. So I found that doing things like that has brought my energy back, because the first week I was really low on energy. But I'm a lot more energetic now as I start to still be able to connect with my friends, even if not face to face. So I did mention that you can choose to do workshops with friends, but I find that a third tip that has helped me as an extrovert is to get involved in webinars and workshops. That is a structured way to learn and grow. And this is because I think for extroverts, like I said, we're a lot less evolved and a lot more immature in terms of our internal life. So we need that sort of guidance and structure a lot more than introverts. And knowing this means we can take active steps to, say, like join a virtual class or a virtual workshop, especially when it comes to things like on personal growth or personal things, like even like mindfulness, meditation, or journaling. I know introverts are probably laughing like, why do you need to have people for that? What? We're extroverts, and it helps to have people around, like to do a live journaling session. To me, even though it's like on Zoom or on House Party on some app, and it's not like we're all physically there, it still makes it a lot easier and more meaningful than me just sitting down and doing it on my own. And so with this, I was inspired to do this with Sheila Sim and also Claire, who's one of the founders of the Positive Movement. She is a trained positive psychologist expert, so a positive psychology expert. So she's been leading us through like journaling exercises and mindfulness and meditation exercises. And if you're interested to get in on that, I will leave a link in the description box below, or you can check out my IG for more details on how you can get involved in some of these digital workshops, so we can all build a little community and learn and grow together. It's open to both introverts as well as extroverts. The fourth tip, and this one might be slightly controversial, is to try to get out of the house. I know we're supposed to stay at home, but I found that, you know, just going out for a short while alone, right? Just going for a short walk at the park alone with a mask on is a good way to just reconnect, at least to remind myself that my world is bigger than my small apartment. And you know, I think it's a good time to also practice mindfulness, but in a more active way. So like you'll notice things like the birds chirping, I'll notice like sunsets and sunrises a lot more. If I walk at night, I notice the stars in the sky. And it's just nice to get a bit of fresh air and to take in nature, and it's a good time to practice gratitude, to remind myself that I am so lucky to have all that I have and to be healthy still. So it's good to do that and to just remind myself to be thankful for life. If you're lucky enough, like I am, I have a little scooter. So I actually ride on my little scooter when I go and buy groceries on my own. So if you have that, for me, that's another time where I spend time alone, but outdoors, so I get a little bit of fresh air and I enjoy riding my little Penny, as I call her. So that's a nice way to, you know, just get a little break from being cooped up at home all day. And finally, and this sounds really counterintuitive for extroverts, is to try to meditate. You know, when I first heard about meditation, I was like, wow, this is like so woo-woo, you know, and how the hell am I supposed to sit still and like not think for like hours or something? But it's not true. Okay, firstly, I started meditating because I'm studying the science of it. I'm studying positive psychology, and when you meditate, there are certain neural connections that are made in your brain that really help you cope as a human being and help you learn. And you know, the more neural connections you have, it improves your intelligence in a way as well. So these got me interested in it. I would say that if you find meditating hard, I think most people do, especially extroverts who cannot sit still like me, start with a really short time frame. Wow, explain. Start by not killing yourself and telling yourself I gotta do like half an hour. I started with a 1 minute meditation. You can Google, you know, all over the internet, like on YouTube and stuff, people like have 1 minute meditation videos for free. You can just put that on and try to do that. I find that helps, and I do it just before I sleep because I'm lying down anyway, and honestly, it helps me sleep so much better and so much more soundly. So I think that's worth a try. The other thing is, I find that for extroverts or for active people, a more active form of meditation is better. You know, I know a lot of meditation is just concentrating on the breath. It's very hard for me, but when I do like this thing, I think I saw it in Ziva meditation, or also Claire was teaching us some of it. You know, when you do like a 5 senses sort of meditation, you kind of think about like what you're smelling, what you're hearing, what you're feeling, like literally like you can feel like your skin against the sofa or the bed. So basically what I mean is just try a more active form of meditation like that. It helps. Otherwise you can join in a live session. As I said, Claire, Sheila and I have a bunch of these. I'll give you more details in the description box below, and you can find out more on my Instagram as well. Hope you found these 6 tips useful. It's an introvert's guide to thriving during this period. Let me know. Please give me a thumbs up if you did find it useful. Otherwise, I will catch up with you on Facebook and on Instagram. Bye!